We are Apple and we have a strategic recommendation for them. Our team is made up of Kushal, Nick, Isabella, Allison, and Camden. So, as for the history and overview of the Vision Pro for Apple is an augmented reality device that blends digital content with your physical space. And it serves the purpose of working, rewatching, and reliving memories and just overall connecting. So, a few of the main purposes. The first one is entertainment. It can transform any room into your personal theater. So, you're able to watch movies, shows, and play games anywhere, anytime you want. And it also includes spatial audio and immersive video. Another good use for the Vision Pro is for productivity purposes. So this product allows you to connect to your Mac workflows using Mac Virtual Display, connecting to your Magic Keyboard, trackpad, and other Bluetooth accessories to expand how you navigate. You can also collaborate with your colleagues by using apps together with SharePlay in FaceTime meetings. Another use for this product is for photos and videos. So this product is Apple's first 3D camera. So you can capture spatial photos, videos, and audios. And you can even have your panoramas wrap around you in real time. And lastly, this product connects to apps, any app you have on any of your Apple devices. So you can utilize all your apps with the device, opening up new possibilities in entertainment, productivity, gaming, and more. So you could take notes in real time and see it projected. And there are even spatial apps designed specifically for this product.
Here we'll talk about the current sales and trends, starting out with the launch and availability. So the Vision Pro was officially announced in June 2023, and the first wave of units became available in early 2024. However, it's important to note that production and distribution have been slow due to the complex nature of the product and supply chain issues. Next, the price point. The Vision Pro has a high price tag starting at $3,499, which limits its market to a relatively small pool of early adopters, developers, and businesses, rather than the mass consumer market. This pricing makes it a premium product aimed more at professionals, creative industries, and enterprise solutions than everyday consumers. And lastly, the sales estimates. There are estimates that Apple may sell around 1.475 million units in year 2025, but this number is subject to change. Early sales are generally more limited due to production ramp up and supply chain constraints. Analysts are cautious about its immediate mass market appeal, but are optimistic about the long-term growth as the product matures.
Looking at some of the macro and micro trends in the industry, so the improvement of hardware is making virtual reality models more increasingly lightweight, have better display resolutions, and are improving their processing power, making them much more easier to use and making the OLED screen somewhat standard. Their gaming and entertainment focus, because it still remains their primary use case for most of the virtual reality industry, but they're slowly expanding into the medical and the retail industry with products like the Snapchat filters. With the macro trends, most devices like VR goggles and the Apple Air Vision Pros are combining VR and AR capabilities to allow seamless compatibility. And unfortunately, due to the extreme high cost of the headsets, companies are pushing for cheaper alternatives to make their product more enticing to consumers.
Moving into the SWOT, first I'll cover the strengths and weaknesses. So Apple's got a very strong brand reputation. They're a leader in technology, especially consumer technology. They have a very reputable reputation with their high quality products and a loyal consumer base. So the Vision Pro has cutting edge technology. So the AR VR features already position it as a leader in that area. And in addition, the Apple ecosystem of its software and hardware integrates seamlessly with the Vision Pro. The weaknesses are high price. So premium pricing limits demand to a small user base. It's going to be more affluent early adopters interested in AR VR rather than your average American. The battery life is between 2 to 2.5 hours, very weak. You're not going to be able to use it for too long without charging it. The learning curve may also present an issue. So understanding the features like spatial computing and gesture recognition might require a bit of time to adopt it. So I can imagine for many people that could also pose as a weakness. Moving to the opportunities and threats. So first is the market momentum. The AR/VR market is growing very quickly. and Apple has an opportunity to take charge and become an industry leader in the broader adaptation of AR. The diverse use cases. So it has potential to be used in education, healthcare, corporate training, gaming, remote work, really anything you can imagine with a virtual reality. Strategic partnerships could also help Apple. So corporate partnerships could expand the Vision Pro's capabilities, use cases. Developers could introduce new software, so more applications that you could use. A lot of problems with the Oculus, for example, was just a complete lack of apps for anyone to use. Threats are competition, so other companies are also investing in AR and VR. So the big players being Meta, Sony, and Google. Consumer skepticism, very high price point, limited use cases to start. Beyond the Apple ecosystem, you still have to wait for developers to begin working with the Vision Pro. And past failures within VR, that might lead to a bit of uncertainty. The economic factors, similarly. Right now, economy is not in great shape. People have less disposable income, and it may just not seem like a worthwhile purchase.
And now if we take a look at another tool to analyze the Vision Pro, we can look at the VRIO. Initially, Apple, with their Vision Pro, does have a very valuable advantage. As we mentioned before, the Vision Pro leverages cutting edge technology to seamlessly immerse their users into a tremendous AR and VR experience. It's also the Vision Pros is also very rare in terms of it has a very good blend of virtual and physical experiences in the world. Also, I would say it's very inimitable just because Apple has that large ecosystem. They've spent years building up their brand loyalty, their reputation for high quality products, which makes it very hard for other companies to come in. Even though there's new VR headsets like the Meta Quests, it's still very hard for them to replicate what Apple has, what they've built with their ecosystem. And finally, if it's organized, Apple already has a lot of distribution channels. They have many customers. They have they have a good marketing strategy. But I think that Apple currently has not been able to completely utilize this to put it to their advantage, which is why currently Apple's competitive edge within this VRIO shows that it's unused competitive advantage, whereas it's still not reached that sustained competitive advantage status, which is why we have a few new implementation ideas that Apple can use to help it better utilize the Vision Pro to build a sustained competitive advantage. Initially, as we mentioned before, Apple can use leverage partnerships. Apple is a big name player and they have multiple partnerships across various companies and various industries. They can utilize this to position the Vision Pro as more of a corporate tool that can be used to, say, for example, in the healthcare industry or just for employee training, where employees can use these tools to better position themselves and better train themselves. Again, we've also mentioned that the pricing has been an issue. Starting at $3,500 basically eliminates most customers from that price range, whereas Apple could look to make it more of a tiered pricing structure and try to reduce the initial price, but try to build on more subscription-based revenue. So only allowing certain features for basic customers, whereas if you want more features, you can choose to pay a subscription fee. And finally, utilize developer resources. We also mentioned another weakness for Apple within the Vision Pro was to not have enough apps within their platform. So just providing developers a lot of more resources, having, let's say, coding competitions for their Vision Pro and allowing them to release new apps would be a great way for them to continue building on their competitive advantage. A few ways that Apple can sort of measure this success in the future when they do choose to add these implementations is initially tracking the average revenue per user. This is more effective when you're using a subscription-based model. This shows how many users are getting their subscriptions, how many subscriptions they're getting, and it would, I think, help Apple more accurately price their product as well. App ecosystem as well. Here you track the number of apps that are available on the Vision Pro prior to the developer resources being provided. This is a good starting point, and it helps Apple evaluate how effective they are in actually creating this environment for developers to build these resources. And finally, employee performances. By leveraging those partnerships, Apple can ask for those companies to provide data about change in employee performance after using their Vision Pro. This is going to help Apple determine the effectiveness of how the Vision Pro is performing in terms of the use case of using it for employee training, and also help it adjust and constantly improve on that end as well. Thank you.